All right, let's talk Peacemaker Season 2 finale. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed most of it. I thought it kind of meandered at times a little bit there towards the end as they were setting things up for things to come in the rest of the DCU. But for the most part, I thought it was a pretty good finale. Let's talk about the music first. Obviously, a Nelson reunion here at the beginning of this, or kind of in the middle, I guess. I'm not sure exactly where it occurred. But when I saw that Nelson was going to be there, I was like, oh, I haven't heard them in 35 years or something like that, maybe around 35 years. But also we get appearance from Foxy Shazam, who did the theme song for this season's introduction. So I never thought that the lead singer would have been a man. I thought I always assumed that was just a woman, is the way that they sounded. So that was interesting to find out, because I had no idea who they were before this show ever took off. So let's talk about the actual episode, though, the things that they're doing. So some big stuff happens, obviously. Chris is bailed out of jail with the blood money from a great vigilante episode. He was probably the standout to me in this episode. I thought he was fantastic. But they use the blood money that he has stored up in his mom's basement to go ahead and bail Chris out. And this is also where they start up this is really where we get to the introduction of two pretty significant things in the DC comic universe. We get the introduction of Checkmate, which in the comics, they use Checkmate with a lot of their anti-heroes. Peacemaker and Vigilante were a significant part of Checkmate in the comics, so not surprising that they're introducing Checkmate through this. We also get the introduction of Salvation, which is basically a prison world, and it's Rick Flag in this particular universe that James Gunn is setting up, is the one who establishes it. So, like I said, two big things, and this is what the entire episode is revolving around, and this is also why James Gunn said you needed to see Superman before you saw this, so you could understand what his entire motivation was for creating this prison. And basically, it's the idea from Lex Luthor. He's not trying to just make it a torture. He just wants them off the planet, and this is where he ends up sending Chris at the end of the episode. So, and this is where we are left off. So this is going to play a big part into the 2028 film that is going to come out in a couple of years. The next Superman film, I don't know how much of it's going to play into the Supergirl that comes out next year. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that. I think Superman's coming out in 2027. Anyway, good episode. Thought it was really good. Like I said, it did kind of meander a little bit. It was a little bit long, but for the most part, thought this season ended really well. Thought it was a pretty good season overall. Not quite as good as the first season, but still pretty good.